Assalamu alaikum. I am Tanzila Khanam and this is Psychology Basics Intermediate Lectures of Psychology. Today we will discuss the industrial and business psychology. The branch of psychology that deals with the human aspect of industry is known as industrial psychology. It works to create a pleasant atmosphere and leads to more production with minimum labor. It applies different principles of psychology uh, in the industry to achieve this goal. First of all, we will study what are the key groups in an industry. What are the pillars of an industry on which an industry is founded? There are three major groups or three pillars of industry. Number one is employer. The person who sets up the industry, invests the money, and makes sure that required materials will be available. He is called the employer of the industry. We can also call him the owner. Uh, then he expects the profit in return. And expects the profit. The second most important group in the industry is workers. They are backbone of the industry. No work can be done, no product can be manufactured without workers. Their duty is to manufacture quality products. In this way, they work to increase the production of the industry. The industrial psychologists work to make a better communication and cooperation between workers and administration. The third major group is consumer or buyers. Without them, industry is useless. They buy the products that are produced in the industry. In today's world, industrial development is growing faster, so the need of industrial psychologists has also increased. The duties of an industrial psychologist are as follows. Number one, to select personnel. The industrial psychologist helps in establishing the criteria of suitability for a job. If the right person is selected, a number of problems of the industries can be solved. Different factors are considered in this regard. Nature of the job, for example, if he is hiring a cashier, the person will be capable of doing maths. Required qualification should be fulfilled, required criteria for qualification. Physical fitness of the worker is also very important. Otherwise, the production will be affected badly. And required skills. For example, if he has to run some, operate some machinery or something like that, so he will be capable of doing that. This recruitment assessment can take several forms. For example, interviews are conducted, written tests are taken, and different psychological tests are also administered. If they are required, different psychological tests are administered to understand and evaluate the qualification of the candidates. For example, where a person at a managerial post is hired, his stress tolerance is assessed by psychological tests, etc. The second important duty of industrial psychologist is to improve working conditions. The industrial psychologist tries to provide better working conditions for workers. For example, safety of workers. Number two is fresh air, so that they can work in the better environment. Proper light, then sufficient water, and adequate short breaks. All these are parts of or elements of a better working environment. Poor working conditions can affect the production badly, and if the workers are given proper working conditions, that it motivates them for better production. The third duty of the industrial psychologist is to boost morale of the employees. It is also related with the previous one. Industrial psychologists devise ways to boost the morale of the workers, that in return leads to the increase in production. High morale leads to better production, increased production. Working conditions also play an important role in this regard. Moreover, some bonuses, monetary gifts, some rewards, financial aids, etc. are very important in boosting the morale of the employees. Another duty of industrial psychologist is to increase the demand of products through advertisement. Psychological tools are used in advertisements for sale and publicity of products. Advertisements are made in a way that they attract the public. The public opinion is formulated through ads, and people are induced to buy products. For example, some popular celebrity is using a product. It will increase the sale of that product. Then different discount offers. They are also very important psychological tool for better sale of the items. They are also used to attract customers. Number 5 is to work out strategy for carrying products to the market. Industrial psychologists help in finding the place where the demand of the product is high. Then comes the next point, that is an important duty to prevent strikes and lockouts. Strike is a situation when workers stop working in order to fulfill their demands. In lockouts, the employer or owner of the industry locks the industry to threaten or pressurize the workers. In both cases, production is affected badly. The industrial psychologist designs different strategies to prevent strikes and lockouts. Then comes the settlement of industrial accidents. Industrial psychologist prepares a management plan for the prevention and the solution of different accidents in industry. For example, if there is a fire, what will be the emergency exit, etc. And the duty number 8 of an industrial psychologist is to establish cooperative relationship. These relationships are established among workers and administrators. Industrial psychologist makes effort to establish and maintain good relationship among key groups of industry, including administration, workers, and consumers. He can play a role of a mediator, as well as to solve the psychological problems of workers and the administration. So these are the some duties of industrial psychologist which he perform in an industry. Business psychology is also related with industrial psychology. The industrial psychology deals with the human factors, whereas business psychology also includes the phase of starting an industry or business. This branch provides information about such basic factors as doing business and running it successfully. Business psychologists make a proper plan about establishing a new business which considering these factors, while considering these factors. Number one, demand of products. Number two, areas of demand. Number three, availability of raw material. Number four, availability of workers. Number five, transportation of products to market. Number six, relationship with related department. And hiring the personnel or staff. Moreover, other things like starting capital, required machinery, spacious building, all these are also included in this planning. For example, if a person wants to start his food business, he will search for crowded areas where public often visit. Then he will find out which food items are already being sold there. For example, if there are 2 to 3 burger shops but no shawarma shop, then it will be a good decision to open shawarma point. Then he will search for nearby poultry shops for meat and will visit the owners of other food spots to make a good relationship in the market. For all this planning, the business psychologist is a person who can give best guidance. So it was industrial and business psychology. Hope you found it helpful. If so, please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.